All right, now that everybody is thoroughly confused,
is this so?
Refresh. No, you can't see that on there. Mick. Refresh the page and check if the little eye appeared up at the top, up there for us. If everybody could do that, we'll all be on hopefully the same page.
I think something must have like glitched out on YouTube. Let's not talk Harry Potter spoilers here, please. Alright, they're saying it worked finally. Because I did it again, and it disappeared. And then we did it again, and it finally saved. So I don't know what's been going on. So anyway.
So this is what's happening. Let's just go over. Right now we've been kind of doing 2 books a month. Right? But we've been doing them at the same time. Starting them at the same time and finishing them at the same time. What we want to do is start one at the beginning of the month. And then start the second one in the middle of the month. Finish the first one by the end of the month. And finish the second one halfway through the next month. So then we just keep cycling that. And keep choosing a new book every 2 weeks. 2 weeks,
yeah.
But still only reading
one every 30 days.
Yeah, so it sounds way more confusing than it is. It's super simple. It's still pretty much the same thing, but it'll just allow us to do the live streams more often and just the live streams be more focused as opposed to be, about 2 books every time.
Not everyone reads both books also, so then they may get something spoiled for one in the, during talking about the other one. Anyway, see what I mean? Like, there are some Harry Potter fans that like the movies and they've never read the books, so stuff gets spoiled for them if they haven't read the book yet. So yeah, please don't spoil stuff for people. If we want to do a Harry Potter spoiler talk, we can do that, like, separately. But I don't think this is the time. So you can look, there's a little eye in the upper corner here. And that's where you vote.
So there are 2 options. One for what we're going to read all of next month. And what we're going to read starting in the middle of next month. Till the middle of the following month.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the next time that we do the live stream, we won't have to do 2. We'll just do 1 at a time. It's just, this is the beginning. So we gotta pick.
Yeah, so it's going to only be 4 options from now on. There's 2 polls right now. So anyway, what book did you guys read? So the options were Thunderhead and Sadie. Did you all read both of them? I know T and Kristen, I believe, read both of them. But I don't know about everyone else, so I don't know which one we should talk about first. So yeah, T read both of them. Hi Melissa, welcome to the channel. Katie read both. Jack read both. A lot of people read both. Sweet. I'm surprised.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't read both. I was told to not read this one.
Am I like...
Somebody didn't like it. So we could start with this one, I guess.
Am I like out of like... I don't know. Like, what did you guys rate this book? Because people that follow me on Goodreads are gonna know what I rated it. And I already forgot what I rated it. I want to say I
2?
I gave it a 2. Because I don't think it's quite a 1. I think like it's still written well. And I... still, I guess, wanted to know what happened at the end, but I didn't care that much.
So I heard it's, we're going to spoil stuff about this book. So if you didn't read it and you want to read it, warning now.
So there's like, you don't have the eye in the corner. Try refreshing the page.
Yeah, reload the page.
Someone gave it a 5.
Dang.
One gave it a 3, 2.5. I agree. I feel like if you did not read this in audiobook format, it would not have been as good.
But you still didn't like it.
I still didn't like it, but T gave it a 4. But she also said she doesn't, she doesn't think she would have enjoyed the physical copy as much. Someone gave it a 3. Someone gave it a 1. A 0. So my biggest issue with this book was that I felt there was no urgency. There was no, like, because the whole thing is you're trying to find Sadie. And if you're trying to find Sadie, why do you have most of the book written through Sadie's perspective? I just didn't understand that because I felt like you were being, ow! You kicked me in the face with the cat's foot. I feel like, we knew too much about what was going on. Like, I understand that the story through other people's perspectives was happening later on after the fact of Sadie's perspective that you were reading, but I still didn't feel like it was so urgent because we knew exactly what was happening to Sadie. I feel if like the entire book was written through the eyes of the other people, the guy investigating, like through the stepmother or whatever you want to call her, the family figure, then it would have been like more intriguing. But since we knew what happened to Sadie, like why it just seemed pointless. I feel like nothing surprised me. There were no points where I was like, oh yeah, that's crazy, because I already knew about it because we read it through Sadie's eyes. And the other thing that really annoyed me was the ending. It was like, I hate when the whole premise of a book is to find Sadie, figure out what happened with Sadie, and you never find out. Like, what? Like, that ending is not okay to me. I just wasted however many hours of my life reading this, finding out what happened to Sadie. We don't know if she's alive, if she's dead. I mean, we know that guy got killed, the bad guy, but we don't know what happened to her, and that pisses me off. Alright. I'm usually not worried about spoilers. I'll likely forget by the time I get to the book anyhow. The ending sucked. I agree, the ending was terrible. But, I mean, some people don't mind open endings like that, but I just don't like them. I feel like if your whole premise for the stupid book, I can't get comfortable. If the whole premise for the book is to find someone and figure out what's going on, don't make the ending like, who knows? We never found Sadie. We're still looking for her. It's dumb. Like, obviously the guy, I forget the bad guy's name. He had like 50 names. But by the end of the book, when he got, like, stabbed or whatever, and the wound got infected, and then he died, we know that he came back to his regular life. So did he kill Sadie? Who knows? Did she get away and just is living, like, undercover? So, I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be a sequel. I don't know. I have not heard anything about a sequel, and I'll tell you, like, I am not gonna read it if there's a sequel. Yeah. I missed T's comment. I don't think we're really trying to find Sadie. We're just trying to understand what she did by someone else's point of view. But I feel like they could have done it better. Like, I feel like if you had just read through those other people's point of views and found out what they found out, like, find the clues, and based on the clues, they're piecing together what happened to Sadie, it would have been more interesting and intriguing. But since, I mean, this is just my argument. I mean, obviously, if you guys like the book, that's, you know, a format that doesn't bother you. It's just not for me. I don't think it was written poorly. I don't think it was a bad concept, but the way it was executed just annoyed me, and I just understand that that's me, and it's just not meant for me. Wasn't a book I got emotionally into. For some reason, I didn't fully connect. I was sad for all that happened and how that really happens to people. It was an interesting concept that I personally felt short for me. Yeah, like, I feel like if it was executed differently, it would have been so much better. Like, I don't know. I still would have been pissed off by the end, though. So, like, if you had gone through all of this and followed all the clues and everyone was trying to figure out what happened to Sadie and they had to piece it together by themselves, which they did, and this is what I don't understand. Like, they had that in the book. So they had the outsiders piecing everything together, going from person to person that she interacted with and what happened. But then at the end, but because we knew what happened, it didn't seem that crazy. And then at the end, just to find out that you don't know what the heck happened to her, I was like, what the heck? Like, I immediately just, like, tossed the book aside, and I was like, that's it. I'm done. People should read it by the other point of view before reading Sadie's. It could be better. I agree. I mean, I think that maybe that would be better.
Or maybe like a sequel where it's her point of view, like Ender's Game, where they did The
Speaker of the Dead or whatever.
No, that's a completely different thing. But they did like a side sequel, which was just the same story but a different point of view.
Oh.
It was Peanut, was that his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Bean.
Bean, yeah.
It was Bean's point of view of the same exact story.
I don't think he was that interesting of a character.
Did you read the other one? Okay.
I only read Ender's Game.
You should read that one. It's good.
It
makes everything like way more interesting.
Felt a little rushed to you. See, I don't. I think I was so bored that it just felt to me like it was going on forever. So, I don't know. I guess like I can understand where you can feel like it's rushed, how fast people are figuring things out in the other perspective and not Sadie's perspective. Ender's Shadow.
That's the name of it.
But yeah. Yes, we are in America. But yeah, I don't know. The sounds, I mean, I enjoy, and this is another reason why I didn't rate it a 1 probably, because I do agree, like, the sounds and the background noises that they add to the audiobook. My favorite part of the audiobook was that stupid song they added to it. I mean, as I thought, like, I like little songs that they add to audiobooks.
So the production value
was really good, the production value, but the writing just fell short for me. I don't know. We told you not to give Harry Potter spoilers, that's why. I'm sorry, dude, but this is not a Harry Potter book stream. We have regular book streams, or live streams, excuse me, every Friday. If you want to talk about other stuff, but our main purpose is to talk about Sadie and Thunderhead today.
Yeah, so come back on Friday and ask those questions then.
All right. I mean, that's all I have to say on it. I don't know. Yeah. So let's talk about Thunderhead, maybe.
Okay, I read that one. I could talk about that.
Having a character with a stutter was rare, and I forgot to mention that Sadie had a stutter, and I guess it... But Sadie as a character just annoyed the crap out of me. So I guess we're not done talking about Sadie, I'm sorry. But, like, she was too tough, and I understand she had a terrible upbringing and blah, 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 and it will make you what you are, but, like, she was annoying. She was too stubborn, too hard-headed, just not a very, like, overly nice person, and that just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. Thunderhead is my favorite book now.
I really liked it. I really liked the first one, though, too. So let's see. It starts off right where it left off, pretty much. Like, maybe a couple of weeks later or something like that, it seems like. Yeah, I really liked it. My overall, I'd say, like, at least a 4.5.
I think I gave it a 4.
4.5 and plus. A 4.5 plus. I was never really, like, bored with it. It was always... I like all the characters. All the new characters they introduced were great.
I thought it was really interesting the way they brought back Goddard.
Yeah.
It was unique, and I didn't expect it. Hi, Leonard. Thank you.
Read his comment.
I missed the last live stream. Sorry the book was a flop. Intense reviews here, Meek. Guess this book won't be on my to-be read list. It's going to be a DNS for you, too. 8.3. Gave it a 5. Don't know what to rate it.
Dang, somebody gave it an 8.3 out of 5? It's pretty freaking good.
I liked Thunderhead. It reminded me of Aiden. Okay.
Like the robot? The AI from
Merciful.
I loved the AI, and I love the fact that they answered like all of your questions that you had in the first book in this book. All of your complaints about how like, oh, how do they keep the crime down and
well, I didn't know that he could literally go in and like manipulate people's minds.
He could rewrite their like memories.
Yeah,
it's pretty
crazy.
Intense. But I love the fact that he's like good. You know, he's like a good AI. It's not like every other AI supercomputer in any sci-fi where they're always like gonna kill the humans. I mean, maybe that'll happen in the next book. Maybe
based off of only algorithms and who has the highest chance of survival,
which is much more likely to happen. That is a very likely thing that will probably happen eventually to us. But it is nice to see a book that doesn't do that. And a big reason I like this is because the whole world is new to me. It's nothing that I've ever seen before. I mean, maybe there's something other stories similar to this out there, but the sides are a cool idea, and the Thunderhead being like actually more human than the human sometimes, and more like just understanding how valuable life is just so much more interesting than traditional.
You said the Goddard thing was a bit far-fetched for her liking. Someone else said they disagreed.
Yeah, I disagree because I feel like they can literally jump off of a building and completely splat themselves, and they can still be brought back together. So like it makes sense that you'd be able to take a part of somebody,
like their head, and create another.
Theoretically, they may even be able to rebuild him completely just from his DNA. I mean, the DNA has all his information on there, so theoretically, he should be able to come back to 100% himself. It just take a little while to grow.
And I thought it was interesting having what's his face's friend's body.
Yeah, I liked in the audiobook,
like a psychological aspect.
I liked in the audiobook how they changed his voice to be like
yes,
what's his face, but more like angry, you know, like more of the other guy's personality, but it was still his voice.
I can't remember the friend's name.
Tiger?
Yeah, but it was like Goddard and Tiger put together. Thunderhead was good at answering all the open questions from the first book. I liked the AI too. Gave it a 3. I don't know, like there was the only part where I got a little bored and I felt it got a little redundant was like right before they went to like that island. And like right when they first got on that island, I was like a little like, all right, like I want to know what's going to happen, but it's kind of slowing down.
I got confused with when they were on the island, but then Faraday was on somewhere else. Right, because Faraday was somewhere else. He wasn't on the island with them.
I don't remember what happened to Faraday.
Because they were looking for like the triangle or whatever.
Like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're looking for. They're looking.
It's not in the other ocean because I think the Bermuda Triangle's in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
And they're talking about some sort of like Bermuda Triangle in the Pacific. You're right.
So like.
Faraday was in D.C.
That's where the thing was? I got a little lost there.
He was just investigating, right?
Well, the library thing, the giant library?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they went somewhere else to try to figure it out, to some other place where was he? Like in Rome or something? It doesn't really matter where he was.
They said they needed enough of a person to get them back from Deadish.
I like how they left it off, though, where they're basically... They left it off at a bad place. Like,
I forget how it ended.
Well, what's her face locked the 2 kids basically.
Oh my god!
In the
how
in the
could
vault.
I forget that?
In the vault, and they're gonna be frozen until. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I was telling you before. Is that like, it's gonna. I'm hoping that the next one picks up, and it's been like either years or some time has gone by, and everything's different now. And I think that
like being released to like a world they don't understand.
Yeah, like they finally found them, and they're like, oh, we're here to rescue you or whatever. It's been a long time, you know.
I forgot about that. That's gonna. I mean, I think the next book is gonna be good.
That may be the case.
Does anyone know if this is like a trilogy or a series?
That may be the case though, but like I feel like that's too obvious. I feel like the author may take another spin at that. I don't know. I just feel like if they wake up and it's 20 years later or 100 years later, and Goddard's like the master of the world type thing, like
isn't he dead? No, he got away.
No. Of course not. And now everybody's a bad guy, or everybody's a what are they called again?
Unsavory.
Yeah, everybody's an unsavory now.
And like the whole major council got eaten by sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there only one survivor, or there were none?
I think there were none.
Dang.
I don't remember.
All right. Endura was cray-cray. Yeah, but it should be a complicated procedure and need a lot of paperwork because they just took a body. He wasn't even really punished for that. I think it was weird how they didn't punish at all, or kind of like, I don't know. Like, I agree. I can understand where you're coming from. The girl for taking a piece of Goddard and like meshing a body together without like permission to do so, because I do think that should require something. The ending was crazy. I can't wait for the next one. Faraday was in D.C., Library of Alexandria. Remember T, they were in Texas and used an off-grid revival center. True. But why would there have been nothing, like, afterward? Like, they found out about it
Yeah.
afterward, but how come there were no consequences?
Well, they did. They were kind of like, we don't approve of this. You know, still not okay with this. But you did bring back another scythe, so it's okay. We're gonna let you slide this time.
I thought it was kinda... really interesting how they're gonna make him redo his like apprenticeship.
Well, not anymore.
Well, they were.
Now,
I liked that decision.
And what's her face died?
Who?
The Madame of Death or whatever.
Oh yeah, Grand Dame.
Grand Dame.
Should you read Thunderhead again? I mean, maybe closer to when the next one comes out, so you remember. Thunderhead made everyone but Grace and Tolliver unsavory. I thought that was such a unique and cool
So here's
twist.
the question, guys. They said that, right? But that was from his point of view. Did they state that everyone else, because basically it was him talking, and he was like, everyone is unsavory, but it's like, it almost seemed like everyone that he saw was unsavory, but we don't know if the Thunderhead chose specific people that it chose, because obviously it chose him to not be.
I remember the Thunderhead coming out and saying everyone but him was unsavory.
I don't think it was the Thunderhead. I think it was him that said it. Like, everyone was except for me, type of thing.
People being eaten by sharks was because Citra decided she wanted sharks instead. That's true. And the Tonus think they heard the resonance. Oh my god, that part where the Thunderhead was screaming in agony and all the Tonus thought it was the resonance.
The other part too,
that was so
when
cool.
he was trying to talk to What's-His-Face, and he like screams, but What's-His-Face couldn't see the lights go out. He like shut off the lights oh no, that's what it was. He shut off all the lights.
Yeah.
But he had his eyes closed,
Give
so
him
he
a
couldn't.
sign.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna get a sign. I just got goosebumps. Oh, he's gonna get a sign, and then it says that his eyes were closed, and I was like, oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad.
But at the end, he knew that like the Thunderhead
yeah.
chose him. He's like literally the one chosen one.
As far as we know.
Rand said he was a volunteer and they couldn't prove he wasn't one. That's why they said they wished she had come to them and they would have done it right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to reading these books. The concept's fascinating and different. Hello from Denmark. The unsavory restaurants were funny. Yeah, I thought like the whole unsavory thing, they did it in a unique way. It still allowed the world to have bad people, but not so bad that the Thunderhead felt they had to rewrite them. Or whatever.
Yeah, the Thunderhead's awesome. But now I feel like
one of my favorite parts
now I
of this
feel like
book.
he's partially broken, because he found out that like he was lied to from the very beginning. So it's like the next book may be a little different because he's like he doesn't think that anyone is worthy anymore. He's judging everyone. He's judging them now.
Yeah.
Like the executioners aren't doing their thing anymore. Is he gonna like just snap and? Because he could change everything. This could go from being like some super unique story to a generic Terminator. I always want to say Tomb Raider.
But
Terminator story.
As the great Brandon Sanderson says, you know, you can have tropes and be tropey. It's all in how you do it.
I'm not even saying just tropey. I'm just saying like hopefully it's not something as simple as that. Just like I'm hoping that it's not something as simple as Faraday goes down there and finds the two heroes and decides that you know, hey, we've been looking for you for 500 years. I'm an old man now, but I'm not that old, because they're not even that old. Do you notice that? They're like, oh yeah, people could easily live to like 5,000 years, but like nobody's actually even like that old. It seems like, or he's like a couple hundred, and then they just give up or get killed. Okay, she's reading now, guys.
Because Kristen told me to. I'm confused. Alright. Grayson Tolliver.
Okay, I guess we're just going to sit here and quiet while she reads a book. He went to some
computer. And he noticed that it didn't say Slade Bridger, it said Grayson Tolliver.
Grayson Tolliver.
And unlike the others, unlike every other living soul on the planet Earth, he was not marked unsavory. So I don't know how he knows that.
Maybe it's not him, though. Maybe that is like the narrator telling us.
Yeah.
I think it is.
And then Thunderhead says, hey, we need to talk. So cute.
Cute?
Cute. Cool. My brain. Nice. I have a matching Ravenclaw cardigan with someone. Thunderhead seemed very connected to Grayson and Citra and possibly even Rowan. He feels so betrayed by the humans. Yeah, he has a favorite human. Even with all the changes he did to humans, they still find a way to destroy each other to get what they want. Human nature will always be there. I agree. But he does allow a lot of individuality. It's just that I feel like if people start going off, you know, and doing bad, crazy things, then he steps in. Read the very first page out loud. Kivox, okay. Read the very interesting concepts from this book. Is it worth reading or audio? The audiobook is really good. I like it.
Audiobook.
How fortunate am I among the sentient to know my purpose. I serve humankind. I am the child who has become the parent, the creation that aspires toward Creator. They have given me the designation of Thunderhead, a name that is in some ways appropriate because I am the cloud evolved into something far more dense and complex. And yet it is also a faulty analogy. A thunderhead threatens, a thunderhead looms. Surely I spark with lightning, but my lightning never strikes. Yes, I possess the ability to wreak devastation on humanity and on the earth if I chose to, but why would I choose such a thing? Where would be the justice in that? I am by definition pure justice, pure loyalty. The world is a flower I hold in my palm, and I would end my own existence rather than crush it.
That's foreshadowing.
Pretty good.
Of what's gonna happen.
Interesting concept. Okay, yes. I like seeing the way the Thunderhead thinks of things. Leonard is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite books of the year. I mean, I agree. I don't know if I give it a 4 or 4.5. I feel like there were so many good twists at the end. And not even so much twists, but things I just did not see coming. Because I don't feel really that all those people dying at the end, like that's really a twist. But it was a cool thing that they threw in there. But I do think that it was a twist where they marked everyone but Grayson as unsavory.
I like the whole story, the whole like dynamic between, because we didn't know as much about the sides in the first book and their relationship with each other and like what was allowed. They definitely went in more in depth with this one and really explained like all the little details about the rules and about the unsavory. And
that's what I like more
stuff.
Also because you are reading through the Thunderhead in a good portion of this book, you understand his motive and you understand how things happen that you didn't get before. And his robot sipping some tea, but his tea bladder was full, so he was just pretending to sip. Do you remember that? I forgot, yeah. Can I just say, wow, Scythe Brahm was unexpected in his role. I kind of forgot about him until Rowan found Brahm had killed his dad.
Oh, I know.
His dad
that sucked.
Gets him captured for Rand and Goddard. I thought he was just... I also forgot about the scientist that came to see Goddard. The whole sea life attacking was crazy, and I like those little details. Just a way into Rowan's new role. I got it. Yeah, I mean, I think that Neil Shusterman, obviously, I mean, he has a ton of books, but he's obviously a very, talented writer. And he knows how to formulate stories. Connect the dots. Piece things out. And yeah. I like that. I like someone that can take something in the beginning of a book and piece it together at the end. The payoff. Or... That's my favorite thing about any book is payoff. Is like that little sentence at the beginning, like you guys said, to read. That little bit, if we didn't go back and read it, I would have forgotten about it. But it's such a cool little additive to it. And it's just oh, look at that. It's totally something. And that's why sometimes books are good to reread. Yeah. Because you pick up little things like that, especially if it's a complex book. Well, Harry Potter is just... you'll literally find details in book 1 that have significance in book 7 that you didn't even realize. That's what's the best thing about the old Doctor Who. And by old Doctor Who, I mean New Who minus the New Who. New Who is no good. But... we still haven't watched that finale. New Who is... It's just especially the Matt Smith saga. It was so good. It was just payoff. I love how the sides started to glean people before they died in the water and how the people saw that they were saved in a way. Yeah, I thought that was I thought that was kind of good and bad, because if you think about it, it was definitely an interesting twist and it was written very well and I liked that it was added. But I also, as I was reading it, was thinking, well, what if the sharks don't fully eat the person? Then they can come back and gather whatever they can and
But
bring
I
people
think
back to
I
life.
think the whole thing of the sharks is that they were like programmed to
Destroy 100%.
Yeah,
Maybe.
as much as possible.
I just read Challenger Deep by him, and it was very good. Honestly, I'm not like... I don't know too much written by him besides the Unwind series.
I don't know. Like, I don't have this thing about authors, and it's like, oh, I really like this series, so I'm instantly gonna love their other series. Because like, I feel like if you set yourself up like that, you're just gonna let yourself down.
Yes,
Because okay, look at J.K. Rowling, right?
Well, we never read any of her.
I understand that, but look how cute the dog looks? Oh my god, she's adorable. So that's the thing though. Like, I've heard that her other books aren't good.
I think people just want another Harry Potter, and they're more like mystery.
But the thing is, it's like Harry Potter is like such a. It's like you can't outdo that.
But that's also why she originally published those under a different name.
I know. But it's still like, it's a thing though. Like, just because somebody wrote one thing that you love doesn't mean you're gonna instantly love everything else. So just don't go in expecting that. Like, I just like, hey, I like this, maybe I'll like this too. I feel like a lot of people get disappointed.
Me and Jade Kristoff.
Yeah, a lot of people get disappointed because you just expect it to be just as good as the other story, but it's a completely new story, so it may not be even close to as good.
Like, I love Illuminate and I love Nevernight, but I hated Lifelike, so it's like,
It may just not jive with you, unless they write the same story again, and then it's like, what's the point of reading it?
I think Xenocrates may be able to be saved, how he jumped into the water and drowned at the bottom because of his robes. I forgot about that. The sea life may not have realized he was there. Xenocrates doesn't know how to swim. Yeah, but I agree. Like, because he may still be intact at the bottom of the ocean, he may still be able to be revived. His rope pulled him down and he drowned. He was eaten, so they may be able to revive him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I completely forgot about that. This is stuff like... you know, I feel like are going to have significance in the future, but I also find that a good author will make it to where you don't have to reread books to continue on their series. They'll remind you in little ways if they're good at their job, and where you don't have to necessarily reread an entire book to understand what
the Harry Potter books do that a lot.
But I like it, because if you're not reading them back to back to back, you're still gonna understand it.
Or if they come out like a year apart from each other.
Yeah, and I feel like this, even though we had just read Scythe, I feel like he is a good writer, but I felt like not enough characters where you were reminded of their role. So
do you guys think that the next book is gonna pick up like right where this one left off, or if it's gonna, or you think it's gonna do a time jump to a future time, and then they're gonna do all the explaining to us of what happened during this time, explaining to us and to the two main characters what happened, you know, what's been going on this whole time, what has the Thunderhead been up to. So T made a good point. She said it's like a self-glean, so would they revive him? Then Kristen said he would be the only one to know what the Grand Slayers decided on besides Citra and Goddard, who would obviously lie. I couldn't stop listening to Thunderhead. It was great. I think there would be a time jump. So who would know that it was a self-glean, though? Because, like, the Thunderhead can't get involved. He's a Scythe. So if the Scythedom decides to resurrect him, I mean, then the Thunderhead can't have anything to say about it. I mean, how are they going to know that it was on purpose that he fell? But isn't he also not allowed? Isn't he also not allowed to self-glean? Because of the rules of the upper people, their whole under people needs to self-glean as well. Yeah. So maybe that's a loophole. Your cat's so dumb. What's she doing now? She's in the closet, like, eating a plant. There's a plant in there. I think it may jump around a bit with different perspectives. Meek, it's interesting how you use placeholders or sticks to go back into spots of the book. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Usually, like, if I have, like, a certain feeling while reading a book, I'll just put a little sticky. Sometimes I actually will put an actual, like, Post-it note, and write my thoughts, just because I'm not one of those people, like, I just can't bring it to write in my books. But sometimes I'll put one of these here, and then I'll actually take a Post-it and, like, write what I'm thinking. But yeah, unless, like, it's something very obvious, I won't put a Post-it, and I'll just point to the spot. But yeah, a lot of people do that. I got that idea from other people. I'm not like, innovative enough to think of stuff like that.
Thunderhead wasn't even near the island. That's true. I'm sure it will start with Citra being revived. There's going to be a time jump. I don't remember how far. Oh, he confirmed that. I think the third book is going to be good and crazy. Lots of things to explain and work out. I want to know all about the Land of Nod. I love when stories have fictional places in them. And, like, when people find out that it's not really, like, as fiction as you may think.
Mm-hmm.
I like stuff like that. So I feel like this whole Land of Nod thing, like, them uncovering the truth about it would be, like, a really cool thing to read about. But yeah, this is why I love the book club, because, like, they're bringing up so much stuff that I, like, forgot about already. My son thinks it's supposed to be 3 years later. I know I saw an article about it.
When does anybody know around when it's coming out, or what the plan is?
And do you know if it's supposed to be a trilogy, or is it, like, a series? Like, there's gonna be more than 3. Faraday did something bad, didn't he? He gave indication to the Thunderhead to place he didn't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose, but the Thunderhead is now angry that humanity purposely kept that from him. And that's, to me, that's crazy.
But he also understands that he's happy that he was able to feel that feeling. Do you remember that?
No.
He was looking on the positive side of it, like being able to feel like betrayed or whatever the words were that he used. He felt like, it made him a better person, robot, AI.
I'm also wondering what Faraday could find that the OG sides have in order to bring down the side them in case it needs to be.
So is the Thunderhead considered an AI, or is it just an I at this point?
What's the AI?
Artificial intelligence?
Artificial? I mean, it is still artificial. It's
is
created, isn't it?
But aren't we all created, in a way?
But it's man-made.
Aren't we also man-made?
Nah.
I mean, we are, right? If we had a baby, it would be man-made.
Well, I've never seen that, so... Goodreads only has the title of book 3, The Toll. No synopsis, no release date. The Toll, huh?
I wonder what the cover's going to be. I wonder if it's... This happened to us last time, too. It kept slipping out.
I hate that cover.
I wonder if it's still going to have people on the cover.
I'm gonna
come look, I just realized that this is them.
Yeah.
Because of the colors.
I'm going to come out and say it right now, though. Like, I hate these papery covers. I wish they had, like, only the smooth ones.
Yeah, like the plasticky.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like...
You get it wet in one spot and it, like, crinkles it forever.
Don't get your books wet, you dummy.
It happens. All right.
So we got to vote. Don't forget. We're voting for the next...
Can we see what people have voted so
two
far?
sets of books. I hope so.
Oh, you have to vote.
Oh, then you have to vote as well. Oh, I don't want that one. You want to read off what the things are?
So, for the end of January book, it's going to be Shadow of the Fox, which is the Japanese-inspired, like, fantasy story.
Want to go? Where are they?
That one's at the very bottom.
Help me, Meek.
So this is, like, the Japanese-inspired, like, fantasy one. There's Witcher #1, which is, like, I think this one's, like, a series of short stories, but it's, like, just getting into the land of the Witcher, and I think there's gonna be a Netflix series on this soon.
Yeah, and it's Henry Cavill is playing Geralt.
I don't like that.
What? He's great. He's a great actor. He used to be Superman, and now he's not Superman anymore. He's playing a cooler character. What's the other one?
Then we have Saw Kill... Ah!
What are you doing? Jeez.
We have Saw Kill Girls on the top.
Oh.
I don't know what this one's about. It's like some sort of like island thriller type deal.
And that's that it?
And then there's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I know nothing about.
I do not want to read this.
People rate it crazy good.
I'm just letting you know right now. I don't want to read this. This is not the one I'm going to vote for.
I have. Look at this. I have end of January, end of January, end of January.
Oh no! How is that possible? Why is there so many? This isn't good, guys.
Well, it looks like people are using this one to vote.
So maybe the other ones aren't real?
Yeah, I don't know. But I just pulled it up for the first time.
Okay, did you vote for yours?
Yeah.
All right. And then you want to go over the next 4?
So the next 4
Keep those together, right?
are Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, sci-fi book by him, YA sci-fi, My Plain Jane. I just read My Lady Jane, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. So like, I want to pick this one up soon. I have no idea what this is about. Just throwing that out there. And this is like a thriller mystery type one.
Look how it looks.
Where the guy wakes up and he doesn't know anything.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, that's the one I'm picking. I think.
You gotta vote.
I'm voting. Excuse me. Oh look, they're all there now. Dang.
Just pick the same thing for
yeah,
all
that's what
of
I'm
them.
gonna do. What is Shadow of the Fox about?
That's a Japanese fantasy one.
And then what are the other options?
Where they talk about like the kitsune.
Kitsune.
Fox.
All right, sure. What's that? Okay, I'm gonna pick
The
that.
Great Kami Dragon.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
I'm surprised that you don't want Brandon Sanderson.
What's that?
This one.
What did he write?
It's a sci-fi story. He's the Mistborn guy.
Yeah, why did you have to put both of these together? Like, why didn't you put like this one and that one and this one and the other one?
So
like...
I could keep these options for next time. All right, people are writing stuff. What are they writing? I'm reading Skyward now, and it's awesome so far. Skyward.
Oh, I'm the deciding vote on this. Did you vote?
Yeah.
What'd you vote for?
Skyward. Shadow of the Fox.
All right, let's see what we got so far. Sorry, it's loading. I think we're the only ones that are seeing these.
Yeah. So it looks like Shadow of the Fox is winning and Skyward is winning. Which I'm not mad about it. They both seem really good.
Yeah, so we'll let that sit for a little bit. And if you guys either change your minds or you haven't voted yet, hit the little I and vote.
I forgot which one's first. All right, so this one's going to be the end of January book. And this
so we're going to
start.
start.
Let me find my calendar.
I mean, you could start the other one now, too, if you want to, like, be ahead of yourself.
Yeah, we're just, this live stream is going to be January 27th. And this one is going to be February 10th. We'll do a video. I'm adding it to my calendar so I don't forget.
Do we have either of these audiobooks?
No.
Dang.
What does it matter? We have the points. I saved them for the book club.
Do we got any comments?
Where do you vote? And the little I. The up. Meh. Did you know that Henry Cavill was the son of the Count of Monte Cristo movie in 2002? Nope.
No, I know he's Jack, though.
I hear such good stuff about the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I gotta read it. No matter if it gets.
You know what I heard really good stuff about? The dolls or whatever that's called. The bells. I heard really good things about the bells.
Ugh. Book 3, currently entitled The Toll, takes place a few years after the Thunderhead. The world has changed in ways that follow from what happens at the end of Thunderhead. Grayson becomes a very important figure in Book 3, as do all the key characters who survived Book 2, and even a few that don't, because, death isn't always permanent. Go up a little bit. You guys make me want to read more. I should, though. It will help me with my novel. First side has eyelashes too. Alright, go down. Yeah, I just found the article a couple years after Book 2.
Yeah, that eyelash thing is not like a thing. I mean, yeah, that's, her, but the whole theory with, like, facing each other or whatever, I don't like that theory. That's dumb.
The Bells is good. I mean, you do you. I hated that book, but
That's what I'm saying, though. It doesn't matter what people say about a book. You got to take your own opinion for it. I mean, there's plenty of hype.
Just because I don't like something, that doesn't mean anything. All right, let's refresh it and see what we got.
Okay. Refresh.
Meow. Meow, meow.
If you see more than one option to vote, vote on all of them.
Yeah, seriously, because something got screwed up.
Yeah, definitely looks like
more people. Yeah, Shadow of the Fox and Skyward. It looks like one. So that's gonna be it. And it's 3 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. What is wrong with your thing?
It didn't say 10 o'clock.
I thought it did.
No. Okay, we did it, guys. We chose the books. Where are they? Reading this one first.
Yes.
Fox first?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's the first live stream.
So, again, the live stream for this is going to be...
January 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that's February 10th.
So, like we said, you could read both of them now if you want, and then just tune in for those separate things. But,
one of them's kind of long.
They're both. That's probably like 100 and something pages longer.
490. No, it's over 500.
Well, this one is over 400.
So it's a lot of reading.
We good?
On her side, Dark Matter has 40% and Skyward has 30. Did you reset or refresh though? Because you have to refresh it. Because that's just going to show you when you
From
voted.
the point that you voted, yeah.
Because when we refreshed, I mean, we could do it again.
And also, something got messed up, and there are multiple places to vote for the same thing, so just vote on all of them for the same thing, so that they equalize.
Yeah, it's the Shadow of the Fox.
These are tied now, but...
And go down. Yeah, no, Skyward's definitely
Skyward just
winning.
got another vote. Yeah.
I know, no one wants to read The Witcher, and I want to read it.
Well, just keep putting it in the options. Eventually, we'll, just pick 3 other options that nobody wants. And make that one the best one.
I just feel like I've watched you play the games. I read... I got up to page like 130. So I already started this book a while ago. I mean, I'm going to have to reread the whole thing. But I literally picked this up right when I started school. And but I really liked it.
Okay, we're going to get off now, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Come back at the end of the next month. We have a few videos coming out at the beginning of this month. Some goal videos for the year and stuff like that.
Giveaway.
Big old giveaway. Like a year of building up to this giveaway. We got another giveaway that I'm doing separately. We have my goals for the channel for 2000 and whatever. We have I lost some footage for my video. I think I talked about this on Friday, but I have half of a new Wednesday recorded, so I got to go back and re-record the ending, the second half. So there's that coming out too. But there's a ton of videos. They're kind of going to come out in a specific order, so I can't jump forward and do certain things. There's a huge book haul too.
Oh my god, we still haven't put that up.
Yeah, there's a TBR. There's a ton of stuff. We have today, and then we have Tuesday off. So we're gonna get some work done those 2 days.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next whatever video you guys want to watch with us. And if we don't see you by the end of I don't know what I'm trying to say. If we don't see you before next year, Happy New Year. Hope you guys drink safely. Don't do anything wrong.
Just don't drink. You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't really need to drink. Have fun without it.
Have some coffee.
The opposite of drinking. It's an upper instead of a downer.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody's just saying Happy New Year.
No, bye. Good. Yeah, just bye. Good stream. Someone said Happy New Year.
Okay.